here we are now. Policies that present themselves. Now, so what's going on here? Well, here's the thing, sir. Here in your new appointment of Minister for Finance, you have a couple of things that you have on the agenda. You have to announce a couple of things. Yeah, now of course I will be appointing my first thing, that sort of thing where you've got a nice little gift from one of the big five. Well, sir, indeed, being one of the big five is fantastic, I guess. But no, it's just I was thinking we introduced a new policy. Have you seen banks lately? They seem to be offering a lot of loans, don't they? Well, sir, in fairness, it's past. We're in the 2000s now, sir. We can, get beyond that sort of thing where we can begin to start, living our own lives and things, and the way. I mean, I heard, that we might be able to get loans and things like that. Yeah. Or not actually. What, sir? Well, I was thinking, the way when you've got a load of banks in here. Well, now let's just say I may not like it that much. Okay, I may not like it that much. What? But this is. I don't. But we're making policy. We need money, right? For the. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get it in from people. But the people they need money. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna get it from buying in loans. Like, we're gonna get loans. They're gonna go to the bank, and that bank is gonna get loans from foreign banks, and those foreign banks are gonna get loans from other foreign banks. Yeah, I think what's gonna happen there is, have you wondered about this? You see countries like the United States, they owe over 5 trillion, right? And then you see places like England, and they owe more money. And all these countries around the world, developing countries, they owe a ton of money to other people. They owe all this money, right? And you begin to think, who exactly actually has the money? Because it looks like we're all in debt to each other, and if we all just went, okay, well, you owe me this much, and they were like, well, you owe me this much, how much would we really owe? Because at the end of the day, it seems like we seem to be gifting people money, being like, well, I want that back, and that obviously puts the country into debt, and then you're like, well, you pay us it back, and that country's like, well, I can't pay it back because I haven't actually reaped the rewards yet, and then you're like, well, fine, we're taking all those things that made your country independent, and now your country has all these resources owned by that state it should be, but then it's sold off to private entities. It just gets very complicated, and really at the end of the day, I think I want to avoid having our country washed with debts that, let's face it, our country is going to be in the position whereby we're going to be paying interest. So what do you think happens? 20 years down the line, I have to pay back all my 200 grand mortgage for my home. What do? I pay back the interest. Here's the issue. The bank that I'm paying it back to has to pay an interest on the loan they took. They have to pay that loan then back to one of those banks. The issue is that's money going out of the country, okay? And that's money going out of the country from the rich institutions. We already have a bank that has billions. Why would we need to loan more money? Why would we need that bank to loan more money? So your policy is? Well, this is the policy. So now, leader, here we have ourselves a little policy that basically bans foreign direct investment through banking. So banks in our country that are dealing banks, they're not allowed to take money from foreign banks. They are allowed to take money from foreign people to invest, to put their money in our banks, but they're not allowed to have foreign banks put money in here. We're also not allowed to take, so basically no loans. Are you insane? Are you insane? We're being offered, these banks are being offered loans to bound. Yes, I know. Do you know how much money can be made here? How much citizens will rejoice? They'll be like, oh, look at the economic freedom we have. Look, it's great. And then we can take credit for all that. Yeah, I know, but look, it's just... Look, this is the 2000s. It's the time of life. We are alive to see the ways of the world. We're here to see the economic prosperity from all these loans. And what happens is... What? Yeah, it's just, sir. Well, I don't know. Maybe some of your donors might not like the fact that people might have a bit of money. Actually, no, my donors will be fine, because the thing is, they're in debt. Unfortunately, my donors are not. So, let's say, I don't know, they borrow a little bit too much, then suddenly, they can't pay back. You know? People are already going to begin to start foreclosing, you know. That's the thing. They get these loans, they can't pay them back. Who do you think is going to be buying those homes? Who do you think is going to have those homes, huh? The banks in this country are going to make a killing out of this. That's the thing. They're going to make a killing, because you're going to have a ton of stupid people who go ahead and go, yeah, sure, I'll take out a loan. They get there, and you know what they do? They give the bank like 20 grand. They give the bank a deposit. Okay, they give the bank continuously paying them for like 2-3 years. What do you think's going to happen? By 2010, they're going to be all the way foreclosing. By 2010, you know what's going to happen? The bank's going to have all these houses, all these things, all this money flooding back in there, and you know what they're going to do? They're going to make sure they're going to get those things back. But if you buy a house, let's say, I don't know, you have a business, and you know, small business, little business, and you buy a place for you to sell from, or a little warehouse for you to store your goods in. What happens there? Suddenly, looks like the bank are taking that. Now you see the banks are up, and that's why I think my funders will be pretty happy. Indeed. Well, fine then. I guess I'll have to just sort of release that. What? What do you say? Oh, just release the fact that you admitted to me that you have funders who are interested in this. I don't. Well, you see, what this would do is basically make your views on the matter kind of a bit complicated, wouldn't it? Because, as far as I can tell, it's kind of looked down upon to be receiving funding for something where you're voting on it. It's like all those, you know, sexually abusive people in the cabinet who, you know, are kind of voting against things that would expand punishment for people who commit sexual abuses, that kind of thing. They're just making sure that whenever they get caught, they don't land up in a massive prison cell, and, you know, or rather, a massive prison sentence. The cell will most likely be tiny. You know, just making sure they're safe, that kind of thing. So that's the thing I think you'd be looking at. If making sure that you're saying you're making sure that your funders are happy, well, you know, let's put it to the vote, will we? Fine. But you know what? For the record, I'm going to be voting against this. But fine. As long as I can make sure that you lose your power. Because I don't think they're going to vote for you, are they? And the proposal in favour is proposal passed. Okay, I love to drink at this restaurant, you know, they have the finest stuff here, Neil. So, what's your problem, eh? I hear there's a new activity, sudden passing of a bill you didn't warn me about, eh? Why is it this sudden, by the way? Oh, well, I may have wanted to pass a little bit quickly because, well, it turns out the leader of the party's been receiving a bit of, you know, financing from some of your competitors. Have they now? Major banks, eh? I know. And I was thinking, well, you know what would be really good? The thing is, they have just agreed to, loan a lot of money. However, of course, under the current policy, they're not allowed to loan this money, which means, well, they have to pay it back. They're not allowed to take this money. Who would we know then, you know? So, of course, they're going to have to pay it back. The issue is, they're now going to have to pay the interest rates. So, well, I was just thinking, if they're, you know, paying back billions in interest, well, who knows? You might step in, take advantage of that. But if you attack ads, that sort of thing, they're wasting your money, all this sort of thing, don't trust them. All these kind of things, they break the rules, they're corrupt, the usual sort of stuff. We are paying you though, right? No, you're not paying me, you're paying the party, but, I am, your person in government, I guess you could say. All I'm saying is, basically, I think I'm doing you a favour, am I? Well, I guess so. We weren't exactly being given offers to loan money. I mean, we were through them, but not directly. So, well, it's the unfortunateness of being a smaller bank owner. I know. But I'm sure you'll be doing fine now, eh? Oh, yes, I'm sure we will. Anyway, I have to go now, so...